right, guys, you guys know that I've been talking about renting out my shop and helping people get their van build completed. So I had a client that was on the schedule down the road. They really wanted to try and get their van done sooner, and her friend is really good at construction, so they came up here together. They have been up here about 24 days working in the shop, and you can already see behind me how amazing it turned out. But Meg is the construction guru out of the group, and she's gonna walk us through how she planned it, what all was involved in this build. We're gonna give you guys a look at everything that got done while they're here, and you're gonna be extremely surprised. 24 days. So let's take a look.
I'm Meg, and I designed this van build out for my good friend Chris, and used mainly graph paper. So we put together a plan. Actually, it was numerous plans, and then finally we got to what we wanted. All right, so would you like to have a look? Come on in. All right, so I guess we'll start on the driver's side of the van over here. So we've got this great electrical system that Jonnie designed and installed. And it's got a DC fuse panel, it's got shore power coming in, and then we got this EcoFlow Delta Pro, which I believe is like 3,600 watt hours or something like that. It's a humongous thing. We mainly got it because we wanted it to power also this EcoFlow Wave too that they have, which is both a heater and an air conditioner. And I can tell you, so far it's been working great because it's been cold here in the shop, so we've had the heater on in the van to keep it warm. And earlier in the week it was warm and we had the air conditioner on, so it's working great. And we cut a hole in the side of the van, or Jonnie cut a hole in the side of the van, and actually made a great vent on the outside where it looks just like it came from the factory. So, you know, it's not, and this is all going to be under the bed anyway, so that worked out really great. And then as you can see, we have some rafter hangers there. That's going to be 2x4s going across that we're going to have our bed platform on. And we did these bed bump outs on each side, as you can see, and Jonnie installed these nice reading lamps for us, and we got a tilt out window there so we can get a little air circulation if we need it. So we also built this refrigerator cabinet here that fits this Frigo refrigerator that I think is 5 cubic feet altogether, 1 cubic foot in the freezer, and I think 4 cubic feet down below. And we have another little vent there. And then we have a great big drawer down below here. This thing could practically hold the world in it. Anyway, we're gonna end up putting pots and pans probably in there for the kitchen. And then as we continue on down, we have a great wardrobe pantry cabinet. So the wardrobe is about 36 inches tall by about 17 inches wide. 2 shelves here that are good size, about a 12-inch tall and about 16 inches deep or so. So we can put tons of cans or boxes or what have you that we need for that. This cabinet up front is right above the toilet box that we built, and that was actually an unintentional cabinet because we got some prefab cabinets, I think from Titan company, and this one didn't fit up here. Actually, it didn't fit the microwave on the other side of the van here, so we ended up putting it up here. But that's going to be great because I had to make the toilet box a little bit smaller, because originally I had planned to have a little cubby on the side to put toilet paper and stuff in, but as it turned out, we didn't have quite enough room for that, so we reduced that size, and so now this will be like the cabinet for bathroom types of things. And one thing I love is this Madison cabinet. So Jonnie thought of this. She said, well, why don't you just make a little box for there, since it can kind of push out into the wall there and have a little medicine cabinet. I was like, oh yay, I didn't think we were going to have a medicine cabinet, but now we actually do. Originally we were going to have a 3/4 inch plywood cabinet top here, the countertop, but we couldn't find any Formica that Chris likes. So what we did is we ended up getting this butcher block countertop, and actually I think it looks really great. And Jonnie made us this butcher block cutting board that matches it exactly, because it was taken from the cutout there, and that looks just really super nice. And then Chris chose this beautiful faucet here that pulls out, so that's going to be handy if we ever want to like stand outside the sliding door and wash your hair or some kind of thing like that. We'll be able to do that. And down below the cabinet here, there's a Bosch water heater, 4-gallon water heater. There's also a water filter to filter the water that's coming in. And of course the microwave up here. Jonnie actually built this cabinet, and she'll probably show you a little picture of, there's a little sunflower we drilled in the side to make a vent so that it could vent out. And so that looks really nice. And then one of my other favorite things in here is the spice cabinet. So when Jonnie first said we could have a spice cabinet there, I was thinking, well, how can we fit? We probably fit 4 spices if we put them the traditional way, just standing up like that. And then I thought about, wine racks where they have the wine bottles kind of tilting in there in circles. And so I said, well, could we do something like that for a spice rack? And Jonnie said, yeah, I did that for my adhesives and everything over there. So we could just build kind of a smaller version of that. And so now I can put like 8 different spices in the holes there, and they're kind of tilted down so they're not going to fall out during driving. Hopefully that will work that way. And so anyway, I love the spice rack. And then you can see Jonnie put a whole bunch of switches and stuff above the sink here where we can easily access them, and that's really super. And then we have another prefab cabinet back here from that Titan company. And the prefab cabinet has these little pop-open switches, and so you can just open your door up, and it's got the little gas struts on the side, which it makes it really nice. And it has a soft close. So anyway, and then you can just lock them up so they don't pop open while you're driving. And then we have the water tank over on this side. It's about I think a 33-gallon water tank. And Jonnie mounted the things like the water pump, and also the accumulator, or what do you call that thing? Anyway, I think that's what it is. It's something that causes pressure so that the pump could pump more easily. And then she even put a little bird box on the back there, but it's actually for an outdoor shower. So there's a little hose that connects to that, but it looks real cute. I might draw a little bird on it since it looks like a bird box. So another thing that we have under the van is we have a 16-gallon Graywater tank. And the sink drains directly into the Graywater tank. And so Jonnie drilled a hole here, and so that can drain right directly into it. So, and there's a little fan at the back for extra ventilation, and of course, the ubiquitous Max fan up here. So, made of tongue and groove pine, and then Chris stained that, sanded it and stained it. Chris did pretty much all the sanding and painting and staining and everything else. She was really busy while we were here. And Jonnie put in this beautiful trim at the back, over the back door, and another little beautiful trim here, and another little beautiful trim up in the front. So it's looking really good, and we're very, very happy with it.
So how do you think it went, you guys coming up here, using the shop, the campground for your build?
Well, I think it went fantastic. Probably a lot better than I even expected. I was a little hesitant about driving 1,800 miles from California to Missouri to do this, but I have to tell you, Jonnie has been so kind and patient. She's just been wonderful during our time here. Sorry, getting a little emotional. But anyway, I've made some mistakes, and she's just like, oh, we can fix that, And when I was thinking, oh my gosh, I ruined everything, but it ended up working out. So About the only thing I wasn't really comfortable doing, and I never did do while we were here, was use the table saw, because I'm really kind of afraid of table saws after hearing stories of people cutting their fingers and hands off and things. So Jonnie was kind enough, you know, to run all the things through the table saw. But working on the that chop saw, that was kind of fun. Although it was a little scary in the beginning because it's really loud and it makes a lot of, you know, noises that comes down. But I got used to that, and I learned a lot of stuff from Jonnie, you know, the stuff that I didn't know how to do before. So I'm really happy about that. That was one of the things I was hoping with this trip. I thought, oh, you know, maybe I could learn a lot of new skills and things, and I think I did too, because Jonnie was able to show me how to do things and stuff.
And a lot of people are going to ask me on the video in the comments, you are a retired school teacher.
Yes.
And so where did you, because you knew a lot. I mean, I taught you some stuff, but you came with a lot of knowledge and a lot of skills. And that's, I think, what made this really so successful. Where did you learn how to do all that stuff at?
Mostly YouTube videos. I was the only girl in shop class in high school, but that was many, many moons ago. And so basically I just would watch videos of how you do things and then just kind of figure it out from that. I built my own truck sleeping bed kind of in the back of my camper that's all modular and everything. And I've always liked doing things with my hands, you know, so now that I'm retired, now I have a lot more time to do those kind of things, so I'm doing them.
I'll tell you, I always thought about, wouldn't it be cool to rent out my shop and I could teach people how to do stuff. And when I met you guys in Oregon and I saw your bed in your truck, how you did that, because it was in her van at the time, and I knew, I thought, this might be the first people that I could safely try this out on, because you knew what you were doing. So.
Yeah, well, to a certain extent.
Thank you for showing us the van, for getting on camera. Not everybody likes to do that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, guys, there you have it. Another van successfully leaving the shop, and this one is really nice. So thanks for following along. We'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.